What's up, everyone? Just in Granary Square, King's Cross. Once again, it's raining in beautiful London. Yeah, I just want to try something today actually. 1080 versus 4K, can you actually tell a difference? I always felt like I personally could. I do feel like even if you shot something in 4K, and then obviously nowadays a lot of Instagram and social posts, apart from maybe apart from YouTube, is actually 1080. I feel like when even though it's down compressed, you can still tell a difference if it's shot in 4K compared to 1080. Personally, I just feel like that, but I might be proven wrong. So that's why I'm actually here today, and I'm just getting a couple of shots of both. And then we'll basically just compare the two and then see if we can actually tell a difference. So let me just get some cutaways and show you around, and I'll do a mixture of 1080 and a mixture of 4K, and then we'll compare the two and see if we can tell the difference.
Life theories, this nice delivery got me rated. Banana berries and smooth metals overdated. The gelato is white cherries. Yeah, I'm more than faded. Drifting off in the 5 series. Cool like rollerblading. Feel the fresh air. We like next day airing. Still the best pair like your first set of earrings. Yeah,
but I don't feel it's necessarily always about the amount of kind of pixels that are in the screen. For instance, iPhones you can get that are like 4K and even more than that these days. I'm not even quite sure what they're on, but obviously the sensor is still really small. And you compare that to something like I used to shoot on the Blackmagic pocket cameras, and they were just 1080 at the time, and I remember they looked absolutely incredible. For the time they were released, for like the color and everything. So I don't feel it's always about necessarily pixels that make something good. So putting that as a priority is not always right. Sorry, friends just making faces at me. Shut up.
I actually created this table just here.
Created it?
Yeah, so what I had to do is I had to see this.
Did you design it or
I
like
carved
actually?
it with my fingers. So I'm very good with my fingers.
Oh, you there?
Now we're going to buy a coat. I've got no money. I'm broke freelancer with talent. But unfortunately, sometimes when you're depressed, you have to buy things. And what it does, it releases endorphins for 2 minutes, and then you're depressed again. So then you do something else quite self-sabotaging, like smoke a cigarette or something. Yeah, so that's really good advice. So call me your Tony Robbins.
Financial advisor. So yeah, this is my cousin Alex. Cousin. Super talented comedian. Throw Alex just spent all his money.
I spent all my money. And what I'm going to do to sort that out is have therapy that's being paid by my job that I'm currently off for due to mental instability.
You can do though, like you can just spend all your money and then get therapy to make you feel better about it.
Exactly, that's exactly what I'm doing. Yeah. You've got to replace your trauma with love. And look, we've got a Christmas tree. Life's better. Look how beautiful life is.
It's Christmas, everybody.
But get therapy. Get therapy. It's very important to get therapy.
Thanks, Alex. Great advice. Great advice, my subscribers. No, I don't do therapy. I'm like the Buddha.
If you're subscribed to his page, he doesn't do therapy, so the advice he gives might be slightly unhinged, which could be more fun.
I give great advice. It's just about camera stuff.
You're very stoic the way you're very stoic.
It's fucking raining again.
I mean, my advice would be, well, you live in London, get a camera that's flipping waterproof.
It is waterproof, but because I've got the microphone on there, everything together.
Get a bloody waterproof microphone.
Alright, why don't you invent one?
No, I ain't got time to invent one. I'm like Steve Jobs.
Dude, with that head you do. So I'm going to head back home, jump into the computer and see if we can actually tell the difference between this 4K and 1080. Yeah, let's go. So I'm here now in Vinci, and now I can get a closer look at, how 4K looks compared to 1080. So the green ones here I've got underneath, they're 4K, and the pinky purple ones here are 1080. So, straight off the bat, you can't really tell that much of a difference. So this is 1080, and this is 4K. I think it's more about when you zoom in a tiny bit. Oh, too much. Maybe, you can obviously crop into 4K a tiny bit more. Whereas I think when you crop into 1080, it just looks a tiny bit softer on the focus. That's kind of all it really looks like. But it is actually very hard to tell a difference. Even when you zoom in quite a lot, it's pretty hard to tell. But look, just there, like where the light hits and stuff, you can definitely see that, the 4K kind of is a tiny bit sharper, as I mentioned. But it's mainly just looks a tiny bit like it just was a bit more in focus. Maybe it just looks like the 1080 just was a tiny bit soft in a focus. That's what it really looks like. And look at these ones here. So this is again 4K. If we zoom in a tiny bit, and this is 1080. If you look at the sharpness of those leaves there and here, it kind of just feels a bit like 1080 just looks like a tiny bit out of focus 4K. That's what it kind of seems to look a bit like. But I think if everything's moving really fast, it's very hard to tell a difference. See, like here, it definitely looks a little bit less sharp compared to this one. This is the 4K, this is 1080. But I'm not quite sure if that's because it was focusing in different areas. See, that's what I mean. It's quite hard to tell. It kind of feels a bit like one is just more of a out of focus version than the other. So that's my conclusion. I'm not really sure if there's like a huge amount of difference there. I probably will shoot everything in 4K still, but maybe it's a bit of a placebo effect, you know, in knowing that it's in 4K, that it's like a bit sharper and stuff like that. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you feel like you can massively see a difference? Do you shoot everything just in 4K or 1080? So yeah, let me know in the comments. And as per usual, please like, please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot.
Life theories, this nice delivery got me rated. Banana berries and smooth metals overdated. The gelato is white cherries. Yeah, I'm more than faded. Drifting off in the 5 series. Cool like rollerblading. Feel of fresh air. We like next day airing. Still the best pair like your first set of earrings. Yeah, wait till you get here. It's gonna click like time sharing.